Welcome back. We are talking about It's All About You. We're working on you, focusing on you. And today session is E plus R equals O.
Okay. So bring your shoulders up. Bring them up really, really, really tight. And now just let. Just let them relax. Let them relax. Let them relax. Let them relax. So up to now, just get the idea of making versus letting. Making versus letting. Second, like if there were a pyramid about relaxation, stress reduction, the base of the pyramid would be E plus R equals O. Event plus response equals outcome. It's not what happens to you. It's not what happens around you. It's not what happens to you. What really matters is what's happening inside you. So it's not the event, it's your response to the event. Am I making any sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Event plus response equals outcome. So it's not the event so much, it's how you respond to the event. So some people fight or flight, and some people flee, and some people flow. The relaxed people, the survivors, flow. They don't flight or fight.
You know, it all comes back to situations that happen in your life. Are you reacting to them, or are you responding to them?
That's exactly right.
And you know, we're hit with stressful things in our life all the time. You know, there's going to be, whether it be once a week, once a month, once a day, there's going to be stressful events that come across your way, and it's a conscious mindset to respond and not react. And I'm the Italian nature in me, I'm more of a reaction type guy, and a lot of people know that. But it's sessions like this that are reminding me, hey, gotta respond, and you get better and better, and you get wiser in your older age. And this is just such great information to remind people. And again, you guys have heard some of this before, but it's all about being on top of mind. Common sense isn't so common.
Stephen Covey, maybe the best self-help book of the 20th century,
Yeah.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Absolutely.
Once I was at one of his talks, and somebody asked him, what is the most important thing you ever learned in your whole life? Pretty good question.
Yeah.
And he had an answer. He said, most people, including myself, he was speaking, think it's stimulus response. Something happens, you react. You step on your dog's tail, the dog growls, You're hungry, eat. He said, I found it's stimulus pause response. We could choose a response. It's not it's not a reflex, it's a reaction. Stimulus, pause, response. Road rage. No. Slow down a little bit,
The key word, pause.
Yeah.
Stephen Covey, what was the most important thing you learned in your life? Stimulus, pause, respond.
And
pause, huge.
And our grandmothers were right. When you're angry, count to 10. That's the pause. So here's what I'd like you to do for the rest of your life. Okay? Can you do it for the rest of your life? Every time starting today that you're at a red light, look at the red light and think of RED. Relax every day. And then inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 8. Just for once, one breath, one stoplight, all that. Rather than do what everybody does in New Jersey, as soon as there's a red light, they get on their horn.
Yeah.
And, stimulus, pause, response, just a complete breath. Inhale to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 8. Now, if you do this today, will it help? No. Today and tomorrow will it help? No. You start doing it day after day after day after day, and it will. It will.
It's great.
Now, do you remember you took me to see the Rutgers football coach? What was the old coach's name?
Coach Schiano.
Yeah, Schiano. And he said he teaches his captains this. He said when the game is getting out of hand, he gives them a signal and says, okay, complete breath, and the whole football team.
Pause.
Yeah,
pause,
just
take in some
pause.
air.
And you see every pro basketball player, college basketball player, what do they do with the foul line? Bounce the ball, inhale, exhale. So, stimulus, pause, response, E plus R equals O, RED.